I want to use the opportunity make I take load this YouTube before I go crash out. My plan was to have a Twitch TV program loaded today, but it didn't work out because I am overwhelmed with a lot of the information that is coming on different um, different different software that I need to learn, and I'm learning them in cycle. I'm not learning them. I'm learning them together. That's one of the things that I have going against me is that I am a perfectionist and I don't just take on little things and start doing it until such a time when it blows up, like a lot of people are doing it. I package everything together, like I'm packaging Nigeria together right now. And packaging it together, I came up with the concept of the brand. And the brand is going to be, in Nigeria here, not do they in such a way that I think make not they together. So there were things needing to only cover. Like for example, I wanted to cover the issue of um, what's going on between Turkey and Israel. They're fighting like cats and dogs over there. And I am more sympathetic with the cause that they are fighting there. But I'm not taking side on either of the side. But I understand the miniature of it. So I also wanted to play this role of how when I hear making Nigeria relevant here. All these things that I'm talking about here, I was going to talk about it in a 2 to 3 hours Twitch. And I don't know. I think what I may have to do with my computer is that I'm going to go back there and roll back what I call reinstall to a lesser date to see whether that will make make it where I'll be able to clean whether it is firewall issue and stuff like that. But why I am saying that now, I have a program that I started yesterday that I was going to download, that I was going to upload. But when I listened to a brother yesterday, I found out that there is more to that he wants me to do. He wants to do 2 videos together, starting a new channel together. And so when you start that channel together, you do 2 videos together, and those 2 videos, the YouTube will take it and say, okay, your first video, you've already pushed it out there. Then they were able to watch the second video. The trick there is that when YouTube see that you watch 2 videos like that, they'll be able to start pushing your messages through algorithm. A lot of the stuff that people are saying out there, whether it is viewer, it is how many hours and all that, this guy was able to push it in such a way that he said that, I think his name is, I want to give him a shout out, Learn with Trey, LearnWithTrey. Learn with Trey. I want you to give him a shout. He has, I think he has something going on. But I want to go to the other topic that I wanted to cover too. The topic was, I was going to cover this one extensively. It was going to be the 5 mistakes that nearly destroyed the 2 books that I wrote. Okay. I was going to cover that from the angle of which saying that there is a book in you. There's a book in every individual. There's a book in you that I can bring out. And if you don't want to hear that, that's on you. But there's a book in you. There's a book inside of you that I can bring out. And as such, if you are interested in bringing that book in you, let's talk. Go to the comment section, send some comments and say whether there's a book in you. And the book, as I'm saying, I'm looking at it from the angle that the book in you is really about what they call a novel. Everything in this world is a novel. Whether cinema, whether Hollywood, Bollywood, and stuff like that, there's a book in you. And the struggle that I went through, I'm giving credit to making like Melanie Ann Phillips, MALENANNEPHILIPS, Phillips. And I asked MK Whelan, WELAND, Kerry Whelan. The first woman is a very big, she's a professor, she's taught in UCLA in Southern California, and she helped to write a novel. And she's very big. She's one of those people that helped the AI to become what it is now. If you look at her Dramatica, there's a software she wrote with Hartley, with Dramatica, which is, they are all part of this current AI. Because AI that we're currently talking about now, or the qubits that we're currently talking about, is the beginning of which we, people of African descent in Egypt, started way back to primordial time. We've always done this AI because if you tweak one software, that's artificial intelligence on its own. That's why the whole thing is so very, very difficult to do. I wanted to cover the area of young adults. I didn't make the mistake that you guys are going to make. And if you are not careful, you are going to ruin the life of your children. And they are not going to be able to do well because you are only worried about your DICK PUSSY instead of worry about the fact that the only reason why human sexuality is in existence is for having a child. I think people have forgotten about that completely. You see, everything in the media today is pretty much what you call sexualized, but they forgot that human sexuality is the lower part of human existence. It's the lower self that we are talking about there, and that's where excreta comes from. That's where urine comes from. You see what I'm saying now? So they are not looking at it from that angle. They are looking at it from how they're going to enjoy themselves. These things are not for enjoyment. So I want to go one more step. I wanted to touch about the bombshell that Jonathan dropped that Asiwaju must go. That's interpretation of what he's saying, because he's talking about him being using the instrument at his disposal to stay in power. He's not interested in. I won't say he's not patriotic. What I think the problem is there, which I defined about 2 or 3 weeks ago when I was looking at El-Rufai issue, dated back to before I left Nigeria, when I was looking at how when our River Basin was corrupted, I came to the conclusion that the corruption there came with the fact that all the people I was dealing with were only interested in how am I going to be able to get my share of the national cake. And as such, they were not interested in how they were going to protect the future. I personally was not really interested in that, but I was forced to look at that from the angle of the fact that I had a birth defect, which made me to be able to say, okay, I was doing certain things that nobody was doing. I want to stop there. So Jonathan has a point. Then I want to talk about the 2 soldiers that died, 2 military soldiers. I've read about more people died military officers, It was about captain, general, and all that coming up. I am interested in Faceless Tube YouTube. If you guys are ready to make some money, I will say give me a call at 234-70-3362-7981. Go and like my current video that I'm doing right now. Like it, subscribe to it, so that this thing can go further to be able to reach more people, because I am educationally giving you information. And if you are having a product that you want to sell, I will be able to help you to sell, whether it's Coca-Cola or Pepsi or stuff like that. And I want to go, I said, my email address is Azimi, AZIMIKOKO 26@gmail.com. So if you want to send me a message, do that. Then I want to give credit to Sani Mohammed, the former senator to Kaduna State, who, one reason or the other, is at loggerhead with maybe someone like El-Rufai or stuff like that. But he made it clear that David Mark and others are all the same old, same old. And finally, I want to start by saying that France is moving away from Windows to Linux because they are afraid of what? They don't know what, nobody knows what Trump is going to do. He thought he could cage Leo, Pope Francis. He thought he could cage him by making him feel that he's an American Pope and stuff. He said he's the one that made him a Pope. I mean, this guy's got a very big head, man. I'm really serious. I don't know what to say without being contrived. Thank you all for coming in. Appreciate that.